Hello and welcome to another episode of Football Heritage, here with your host, Stephen Clark. Today we're going to be watching the Manchester United vs Leeds game, which is just about to get underway. Really exciting game, obviously, start of the season. As a Chelsea fan, I'm going to be taking great interest in a lot of Manchester United's games this season because I do believe that they are one of our biggest threats for the league, along with Manchester City, obviously. Interesting lineup as we've seen for this game today. I think that a lot of fans will obviously probably be disappointed that Jadon Sancho isn't starting for Manchester United. I think that maybe some people would have thought that he would have been thrown right into the action, I guess. But Ole Gunnar Solskjaer obviously probably wanting to ease him into the side, which I guess people can make up their own mind whether or not they think that's a good idea. Looks like things are about to get underway here at Old Trafford. Manchester United vs Leeds, obviously a very famous rivalry. So hopefully the modern edition can kind of ignite some of the flair of the old games between these two teams. The player's just taking the knee now. And we're underway. Early pressure there from Manchester United. Almost caught Meslier out. A lot of eyes on this man here with the ball now, Lindelof. Obviously with the impending introduction of Rafael Varane into this side, he will find it very hard, near on impossible, to keep his place in the team, which obviously a lot of Manchester United fans will see as a big plus. So he is fighting for his starting role today. Interesting also that Manchester United are starting with that double pivot of Fred and McTominay, which has been so maligned by a lot of the Manchester United faithful. From the other perspective, though, we've got Leeds United. Obviously, had a very successful debut season back in the Premier League under Marco Bielsa. And one of their stars, Rafinha, has managed to remain at the club amid some interest from bigger teams. Here's a chance here for McTominay, blocked by Cooper. Yeah, on Rafinha, they've managed to keep him for another season, and you'd expect him now with a season of Premier League experience under his belt. He's really going to take off even more. So it'll be interesting to see how Leeds United, just in general, do with their kind of sophomore season. I think they've had some smart additions. I talked about in my preview for the season the addition of Junior Firpo and what I think he could mean for that club. But tough test today on the opening day of the season to get Manchester United at Old Trafford. But knowing how Marcelo Bielsa likes to work, I don't think he'd have it any other way. Three minutes in here, players still just catching up with the pace of the brand new season, as you'd expect. But it's another corner here for Manchester United, who've started off with some strong attacking pressure. Harry Maguire, who of course can be so dangerous in these sort of situations when he wants to be. Good come out by Melia there, who isn't the tallest goalkeeper, and he springs Leeds on the way here, and this is where they're dangerous with these counter-attacks. But a very good tackle there, but it looks like Dan James might have been, has stopped them in their tracks. And that's all they'll need, Manchester United, if they are to keep Leeds at bay here. They will need this sort of constant attention to the counter-attack, because it only took a matter of 4 or 5 seconds there, and Leeds United were at the halfway line with a 2-on-2 if it wasn't for that tackle by Dan James. Interesting ball there by Lindelof, just over the top. And called offside. Yeah, Melia had a great season, actually, last season in goal for Leeds. So I put down in my preview of the season that I think that he's going to be one of the players definitely to watch for Leeds this season. And if he repeats his kind of heroics, I think that some teams higher up the table definitely could be looking at him, because he's quite young, and Bielsa has put a lot of trust into him, and just as he's displayed right there, he's got an excellent range of passing on him. And yeah, I don't think he's looked out of place in the Premier League at all. Important game here for Manchester United. That's an excellent pass there by Bruno Fernandes. Finding Greenwood here, who's been trusted with the starting berth up front. Takes a shot away. That's one of the things that I do like about Mason Greenwood, is he's not afraid to take the shot on from kind of peculiar ranges and from distance as well. You know, he made the space for himself there. Dragged Cooper into a position that he didn't want to be, and then confidently took the strike on. It wasn't a very good strike, not his best, but I think we'll see a lot more of that going into the game, and definitely into the season if he's given an opportunity to start frequently. What I was saying before is that it is interesting. Manchester United's start to the season. I think that if they really are serious about a title challenge this season, they're going to want to get off to a really good start. And if they can do so without the likes of Jadon Sancho and Rafael Varane really integrated into the starting 11 as of yet, then they'll be held in really good stead, I think. And Bruno Fernandes, I think, is due for a really good season. I said in my season preview that I think that he will be probably my choice for the player of the season, just in predicting, because I do think that he was already one of the chief creators in the Premier League in terms of just the amount of goals he scores and assists in the league. And then if you add someone like Jadon Sancho into that front line, you give Edison Cavani a full season at the helm, interchanging with Mason Greenwood. I think that, I just think that it's impossible that he doesn't rack up a whole bunch of assists this season. There's Melia again with a really good pass, drilled nice and low and targeted to the Manchester United right-hand side. Excellent play here from Leeds. They get in behind here and chipped over the top. And Bamford almost got to it, but it was a really good headed clearance there by Scott McTominay, who had tracked Patrick Bamford. But some great interchange play here from Leeds, and it just goes to show how dangerous they are when they hit you on the counter. And it's what they proved last season, that they're capable of reproducing it time and time again. Specifically in the big games, they had a really good couple of big performances last season. This would be quite the time to prove that they're not going to have any kind of sophomore slump. Short corner here from Leeds. But some kind of confusion because they're going to go take it again. Again, they went for the short corner, but offside there as they lined it back for the shot. They just it was struck into their own player. It's about 9 minutes into the game now. It's been a healthy start for Manchester United, but Leeds, obviously, like we mentioned, have been showing their threats that they have. Long ball here for Dan James to chase down. He's going to find it extremely hard to stay in the team with the imminent arrival of Jadon Sancho into the starting 11. And here we go. Some good play there from Scott McTominay, who is still fighting for his position here at Manchester United. I think that he's definitely shown something to Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, who seems to really rely on him in that position. Despite a lot of Manchester United fans thinking that his best position perhaps is a bit further forward. Oh, kind of a snapshot there from Mason Greenwood and a really good reflex save by Meslier. What happens here? Bit of a pass back there, just going askew. Mason Greenwood, the ball's actually kicked into Mason Greenwood's foot. And it almost loops there over Meslier. And it was a really bad mistimed back pass by Rafinha there, who didn't even seem to look where his teammate Strike was standing. Put him in a bad position there, and it's Manchester United corner now. Maguire gets his head on it, but it loops out for a goal kick. Yeah, Strike just kind of tried to tow it back to Meslier, but it inadvertently came off Greenwood's foot and his outstretched leg. And man, I tell you, that was extremely close to looping just over Meslier for an incredibly awkward first goal for Manchester United this season. I'd love to know from any Manchester United fans that might listen into this stream what their expectation for the season is. Do you expect a title challenge? Do you think that maybe you'll be stronger in Europe, as I've heard some fans say? That's excellent there from Mason Greenwood. And he finds here Paul Pogba, who surely must score. He's missed. I can't believe he's missed that. He was one-on-one with the goalkeeper and looked like he just tried a little toe poke chip, but he's completely missed the goal from maybe 6 yards out. Oh, dear. Manchester United fans won't be happy seeing that. But maybe you forgive him on the opening day. But that is it's about as clear cut of a chance as you can hope to have. And Mason Greenwood just did a step over and ran past the Leeds midfield, and then it completely opened up for him. So they're finding their way through here quite nicely, Manchester United, but so far don't have the clinical edge. Another corner for Manchester United as Rafinha gives it away. A lot of tossing for that corner, but Manchester United still keep it there. Leeds finally get it away. And it's booted out for a throw-in. Interesting start to the season this year with Brentford defeating Arsenal. In my predictions, I did say that Brentford are going to have a good season. That being said, I also put Arsenal in 6th, so maybe a bit of a miscalculation there based off that starting performance. I think maybe a lot of people expected to see Arsenal kind of take a step forward this season, maybe with the pressure off them of no Europe, but it really didn't work out for them that way. Here's Rafinha now picking up the ball in exactly where you want him, right in the Manchester United 6-yard box, and a ball. He put a great cross in there, and Lindelof actually made the clearance right before Patrick Bamford could get his foot on it. Great chance to send the ball out wide, and Rafinha was getting there. Harry Maguire was never beating him to the ball. Luke Shaw caught in no man's land. And good, decent defending there from Lindelof. Short corner again from Leeds. Get the head on it, but just defended there. Fred clears, but only as far as Will. Tell you what. That was Jack Harrison there with an outside of the foot volley, and a yard left or right, and David De Gea would have had something really, really hard to save there. Here again, Leeds have picked up possession, and some great passing there. Spots Phillips in the midfield. Sends it to Harrison. Back to Phillips. Will he take a shot? He did take a shot, and David De Gea made a great save there. It was actually Klitsch. Excellent shot there. And David De Gea outstretched. He's got a lot to prove this season, David De Gea. I think with the injury to Dean Henderson, I think that it's probably his last real run and go, I think, to prove that he is still the guy. Specifically, I think a lot of people thought that his career at Manchester United would have ended sadly with the departure, maybe back to Spain or to Paris, considering that he missed that all-crucial penalty in the Europa League final. But he remains here another season. You know, he's been a committed player to the club, and I think that a lot of Manchester United fans definitely would call him a legend of the club. You know, he was probably the best goalkeeper in the world for many years, but arguably past his prime now, and they're kind of in that awkward phase where they need to transition between two goalkeepers. And I remember Chelsea being in a very similar position with Cech and Courtois, and basically we had to play them both during the season. Cech wasn't too happy about it. Courtois wasn't too happy about it because he wanted to assert himself as the number one, and we ended up winning the league that season, so it can be done. But yeah, with the injury to Dean Henderson this season, David De Gea will get a really good stretch at it. Tackle on Ayling there from Wan-Bissaka, and Leeds have a free kick here. Yeah, Man United fans, let me know what you think about this season. Do you expect a title challenge? I certainly think that Manchester United are going to have a good season. I've put them second in my predictor. I think that Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has started to prove a lot of people wrong, and I think that with the transfer business you've done this season, I think you can hold your chins high and expect to see a really good season from this team. Started well here, though Leeds are starting now to kind of bring back possession. That being said, here are Manchester United again. Paul Pogba on the wing here. Gets past his man quite cleverly. And Mason Greenwood picks up the ball. Greenwood's been excellent in the start of this game, the opening 20 minutes. He's really, really looked up for the fight. And it's great to see because I did expect Cavani to kind of be the leading man this season. But the more and more I see Mason Greenwood, the more I think maybe he's ready to just chuck into the limelight now, you know. Maybe you forge that connection between Rashford, Greenwood, and Sancho up front this season. Maybe you don't win the league this season, and then you kind of solidify and you win the league next season. You know, maybe you just skip that. And a great ball through there. And here's Bruno Fernandes. Excellent touch Getting men inside the box here. Will he put the cross in? He has put the cross in. It comes to the back post. Ooh, just didn't get in there. But no, we've seen some really slick ball movement here from Manchester United. I see we have a viewer in the stream. Hello, welcome. One of my very few viewers. So thank you, very much appreciated. Tell me who you support in the comments if you are watching right now. Here is Wan-Bissaka. Just couldn't get past there. He'll have a lot to prove this season as well, I think, Wan-Bissaka. Great ball from Mason Greenwood. Again, he's been so good. This crosses in. Oh, really should have been a goal there. Really should have been a goal, but Luke Ayling did excellently to get the ball out of danger. Yep, it was onside. Mason Greenwood has looked excellent. He found Dan James and then, yeah, just couldn't get it across the line. Here there. Yeah, it's been a really interesting start to this game. Actually, I've quite enjoyed it so far. I think that the tempo is surprisingly good for when you consider kind of the lack of game time that a lot of these players would have had in pre-season and just the overall exhaustion that they would have had due to the Euros and the Copa America and the Olympics. Yeah, I think the players have really been put under the pump. Hi Balder, you go for Manchester United in isolation and have no other way to watch. Well, I'll try and be your commentator for today then, my friend. Your team have started off really well, I have to say. I'm a Chelsea fan, as you can probably tell from the decor in the background here. But I do expect Manchester United to have a good season, and I have a lot of respect for Manchester United. They were the dominant team when I was growing up, and I have a lot of Manchester United friends. So, yeah, they are definitely a team that I do like to watch, despite our rivalry. But here's Leeds again now. Let's see how strong the defence can be. Giving away a corner here. Rafinha, he's quite a player. He's going to give Harry Maguire a hard time, but I'm liking seeing Harry Maguire come out, essentially, and deal with the issues on the left. He's really backing up Luke Shaw quite well. Thanks, mate. I appreciate that. This is my first season kind of getting into the streams, and I'm really enjoying it so far. Good headed clearance again there from McTominay. He's proving extremely useful in those situations, isn't he? Pogba does well, just gets the ball out. Yeah, they just hold things up a little bit, Manchester United. I think they want to slow down this tempo because while they have had majority of the clear-cut chances, when the tempo is at its fastest, that is when Leeds like to spring, and that's when they will catch teams out. So, smartly here, they're slowing it down. Oh, so much room for Pogba in the middle here. I mean, it's just a gaping hole in the Leeds midfield. And here's Luke Shaw with the cross here. Oh, just couldn't pick out Mason Greenwood. But the pressure here is relentless from Manchester United. And now Leeds are on the counter-attack. This game is breakneck pace right now. And Wan-Bissaka does well to clear. So, if you're not watching at the moment, Balder, there was a really good chance just before Paul Pogba chested the ball down on the edge of the box to, I think it was Bruno, and he just mistimed his volley, unfortunately. But it did look like it could have definitely been a goal-scoring opportunity. So that cohesion between Bruno and Pogba, I think, which a lot of Manchester United fans were waiting for last season and hoping for, maybe didn't see the best of it yet. I'm expecting that to arrive this season. What do you think? Do you think that the midfield can perform with both of them in it, or do you think that one of them has to be, obviously it would be Pogba, but do you think that maybe Pogba would have to leave? I'm not sure. I personally can't see a reason why two great midfielders like Bruno and Pogba couldn't work together, but I know that some people think differently, maybe in the modern game. Oh, no foul there on Dan James. He stays down. We have a like on the stream. Thank you so much. Here come Leeds down the left-hand side. Really good running there from Jack Harrison. He's getting through into the Manchester United penalty box, but is stopped. Yeah, Jack Harrison's an interesting player. Obviously, he's completed his transfer from Manchester City to Leeds. I think that he's a player that a lot of people maybe have underestimated slightly. Anyone watching at the moment, what do you think? What do you think of Leeds this season? I've personally predicted that they're going to have pretty much an identical season and finish ninth again. I can't really see them slipping down. I think that the quality in the side is actually really good, and I think that with the addition of Junior Firpo, who's still to come into this starting 11, they could have a great time. So Rafinha stands over a free kick here, just outside the Manchester United penalty box. Crosses in, headed. Ooh, just wide there. Just wide. Doesn't look like they're tracking their runners all too well there, Manchester United. But the delivery is excellent there from Rafinha. You couldn't ask for anything better. So Bowder is asking, any of the new signings playing? I'm not satisfied with Pogba. He should have performed much better for what we paid for him. Don't know what the problem is for him. Yeah, it's really hard with Pogba. I think he came in at a time that was quite hard to be that talisman for Manchester United, because if you remember, that was 2017, 2016 sort of era, and I think that that was kind of right in the peak of the kind of slope, I guess, for Manchester United. So he has had a tough time, but yeah, I definitely get what you mean, that he probably should have had a greater impact overall from his career. Maybe you take the money now and you reinvest into a really good defensive midfielder like someone like Ndidi, and you just create a better balance all around. So none of your new signings are starting this game, as a shot from Pogba bounces to Melia. Jadon Sancho's on the bench, and I don't think Varane is actually in the matchday squad. So still to see both of them. Hopefully we see Jadon Sancho come on for his debut here at Old Trafford later in the game, because I think that that's probably would be the ideal way to introduce him into the season, would be at Old Trafford against Leeds, such an old famous rival. Playing away from home probably wouldn't be the ideal way to feel a part of the club. We've had a great amount of viewers join the stream today, so really thankful to everyone who's tuned in to watch. I'll do my best to break the game down for you. So McTominay here is walking himself out of defence there quite well. And Manchester United are on the break now. Bruno Fernandes on the ball. Puts the ball through for Dan James, but just collected by Melia on the right-hand side. He's been excellent again, Melia. Bal there said, true, and it's definitely not all his fault, but when you pay around 100 mil, I'd expect an immediate and significant contribution. But I guess selling kits and dabbing is more important. Yeah, you're not wrong there, Balder. I think that the dancing and dabbing has definitely put a lot of people off. Not what people are used to seeing, I guess, from a talismanic kind of midfielder who, when we saw him play in Juventus, he looked like the kind of all-round package and this kind of workhorse, and he was scoring bangers and playing alongside the likes of Vidal, and playing in Italy probably kept him a bit more humble. I think coming to England with the Premier League money and sort of the star status that you get with that, especially playing for a club like Manchester United, maybe it went a bit to his head, and definitely can't argue that he hasn't performed like a £100 million player, like you mentioned. I think that you definitely have expected a lot more for the money. So yeah, I think is it fair to say that if you could recoup maybe something like 50 million this summer, you'd take it and say, thanks for your service, Pogba. Thanks for the Europa League. Thanks for the Carabao Cup as well. I think he won. Sorry it didn't work out, but we're going to look at other options. I think that probably sounds about fair. Definitely better than losing him next season for free. That's for sure. That'd be a real stinger. So half an hour gone here, and I'd personally say that Mason Greenwood has looked like the best player on the pitch. Just been a foot off getting his toe on some of these crosses coming in, but he's created a few chances. He's looked super lively, and he's making excellent runs like this. Like, wow, perfect. Mason Greenwood. And there it is. Mason Greenwood has just scored for Manchester United. Wow, I can't believe that I literally was just praising him, and they've just scored. Unbelievable. I need to watch that again because I was kind of talking at the same time, and I might have mistaken it. It could have been Bruno Fernandes actually on the end of this, which would make me look like an idiot. I think it is Bruno, yeah. So Bruno Fernandes has scored the opening goal for Manchester United. So Melia plays the ball out just over the head of his player, falls in the midfield. Great pass. And it's actually Pogba here, Balder, who we've just been talking about, hasn't performed, has delivered an excellent first-time pass here. A lovely weighted first-time pass as the ball rolls onto his foot. Bruno takes it in his stride and just drills it underneath Melia, and it bounces in for the first goal of the game. So let's change that here on the scoreboard. Manchester United 1, Leeds 0 after the half-hour mark. So that is hugely important, and Ole Gunnar Solskjaer celebrates very strongly there. Performing like a star, then act like a star, no problem. Well, he has just performed like a star today, so maybe he's turning it around. Who knows? But he's playing like a Crystal Palace player, like he has, yep, and behaving like Ibrahimovic. Yeah, I know, Ibrahimovic. What a basket case that guy is. See how scolding motivated him to perform. Yeah, no, right. It's almost like he can hear us on the stream here, Balder. We've talked him into helping out the team. But oh wow, when you get the chance to actually see that pass, I mean that's one of the assists of the season already. So definitely check that out when you get the chance. Interesting to see how Leeds will respond to this now. They've had a few chances themselves, but really just on the break. So if Manchester United put their foot to the pedal down now, I think that Leeds will struggle to come out here. But what we do know about Leeds is that they will keep attacking. They won't let a goal discourage them. They conceded a lot of goals last season, and they scored a lot of goals. Great touch here, and here's Luke Shaw. Great strike from Luke Shaw, just hits the side netting there. Wow, I mean, like, every time I go to talk about something happening, essentially, Manchester United just created a great chance. So, Manchester United fans, if you want to score more goals, just ask me to talk about some kind of faltering part of your team, and it will magically come great. It's been an incredible pace to this game. I've really enjoyed watching. Ball here to Rafinha on the edge of the box. Takes a shot, and good defending there from Luke Shaw. He's got his body in the way. Balder, I've only just noticed that you've put the dabbing emoji there. That's a great touch. Yeah, Manchester United are definitely a team that when they score, they do tend to win. So I think that you have to. I think you have to say that this now looks like it will go in their favour on the opening day, unlike Arsenal. Um, so if I have any Arsenal fans in the chat, but showing the replay here of this Bruno Fernandes goal, and I mean, like, that's what the guy is all about. You know, he gets those one-on-one chances he's never going to miss. He celebrates wildly with the fans. Hasn't had a great opportunity to celebrate with the fans, Bruno Fernandes, so I'm sure they're showing him a lot of love now. Yeah, no, I honestly, I think that Bruno Fernandes has a great opportunity to be this season's player of the season. I think he's earned a lot of love for his performances so far in his short Manchester United career. If he can put that together for an entire season this season, I can definitely see him be rewarded for that in the awards. Probably was just Manchester United's little dip of form towards the end of the season that maybe moved Ruben Dias ahead of him in the voting. Here's Luke Shaw coming forward again. He's found Bruno. Here's Luke Shaw. Will he take on the shot? Overran it a little bit. And there's Dan James. Ooh. And Dan James' shot is probably just a foot wide of the goalkeeper's near post. Manchester United fans clapping this. Yeah, this has been really, really good chance creation from their side. And exactly why I think they're going to be super dangerous this season. I do think that they are serious title contenders. In my predictions, I actually did put Manchester United above Manchester City. If you want to see why, ask me in the chat, or you just have to watch my season predictor otherwise. But I definitely have my reasons for why I think that this season. From a Leeds perspective, this is there's been encouraging signs, but overall, it just doesn't look like Bielsa's been able to fix any of the defensive weaknesses that is so apparent with his system, which, you get Bielsa, you expect certain things. You expect a bit of weakness at the back. You expect a lot of chance creation. So, yeah. You just get accustomed, I guess, to kind of conceding a lot of goals. As a Chelsea fan at the moment, I'm not used to conceding too many goals, luckily. So maybe just seeing the amount of chances they're conceding is putting me on edge a bit. Bamford there with a chance. Balde says, my guess, second or third. And if we're second, we'll be like 30 points behind City. Yeah, I know. Well, I mean, like, no matter how much we predict, right, it'll probably, the fact will just be like, yep, City, and then someone else probably 10, 20 points behind. But honestly, I think there's enough there to think that there could be a title challenge this season, because, and I know this might just be wishful thinking, but if you did look at Manchester United, for example, you would say the weak spot in the team last season was that right wing. Jadon Sancho's come in, and the defence for a partner for Maguire. And bringing in Varane kind of fixes that as well. Then obviously you've just got that midfield position that you might want to add one world-class player into to really solidify it. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how long Manchester City can go on winning without a recognised striker. And if they don't get Harry Kane, I think that the likes of Grealish, Mahrez, Sterling, they're great players, and they're elite shot creators and chance creators and ball carriers, but none of them are renowned goal scorers, really. I think Sterling's probably scored the most in a season, and let's be honest, Sterling's probably one of the worst finishers in the league, and when it comes to like the one-on-one pressure situations. So, I don't know. Yeah, they obviously create a lot of chances. People like Kevin De Bruyne, if he can get a whole season under his belt, because let's remember, he's been injured quite frequently for the last few seasons. If he can get up and running to his best, no one can stop him. But yeah, I don't know. I think there's reason to hope. As a Chelsea fan, bringing in Lukaku, I think that he could make a change for our team. That's actually interesting. Baldo, what did you think of Lukaku while he was at Manchester United? And do you think that he could have a big impact for Chelsea this season, or do you kind of write him off? What do you think? Yeah, Leeds are coming again now on this right hand side. Cross comes in. It's just over Bamford. Yeah, they just can't find their targets with these crosses. A lot of wasted chances. Bamford's looking really frustrated up top. Balder says, I'm skeptical because we signed very good players before and they just don't perform with us. I think Chelsea will be better than expected. Yeah, I think so too. I think that Thomas Tuchel, like, I'm getting the same feeling this season with Thomas Tuchel that I had when Antonio Conte was at the club. I just felt like there was this kind of us against the world scenario, even similar, I guess, to like the first stint under Jose as well. That yeah, I don't know. I feel quietly confident about Chelsea this season. That being said, I think that if I think the league will be incredibly hard to win because, like I mentioned, I think there's a couple good teams this season. I just think that if we can if we can make top four absolute lock, no questions about it, and entertain a title challenge for as long as possible this season, that'll be probably the mark about where I put this team has to achieve. And then if we go and win a trophy, obviously I don't think you ever take winning a trophy for granted. I'd accept any trophy we could win this season. Technically, we've already won one, but yeah, later in the season would be good too. Here comes Greenwood again. Quick feet. He's into the box here. Just drawn a little bit wide. Crossing from Dan James. If he could have got that a little deeper there, Dan James, he could have found Luke Shaw and Bruno completely unmarked. Just a little bit of a weak cross there. Balde says, I wish Lukaku stayed. I think he's very good despite that. He has cold streaks sometimes. Chelsea has so many good players. Don't know who they will play. It seems like they have so many options. Yeah, I know. It definitely seems like that's going to be the hardest thing. You know, players like that I personally love, someone like Callum Hudson-Odoi, is probably not going to get too many starts. I'm hoping he will. Fingers crossed. But yeah, there is just a lot of attacking players in those positions. Yeah, I mean, personally, I have a lot of hope. Here's a shot from Bruno. Ooh, just wide. Bruno just lined up on the edge of the box there and tried a finesse curled shot into the top right, but it was deflected out for a Manchester United corner. Yeah, like I was saying, I have a lot of hope for Lukaku. I think I personally would have preferred Erling Haaland, but I did a video yesterday on why Lukaku's stats and Haaland's stats actually aren't that different, and I think that why he can have a really good impact this season as well. But yeah, I think that Lukaku kind of can fill that hole for us, and just watched here as Scott McTominay's headed the ball out for a goal kick. Yeah, what was I saying? Yeah, Lukaku. So Lukaku definitely could be the top goal scorer in the league. He could definitely go on a hot streak. But yeah, I do tend to agree with you. He's a bit of a flat track bully sometimes, Lukaku. But the good thing that I noticed in his stats is that he actually got 10 assists last season in Serie A. So, you know, I think that with the amount of chance creation that we already have, from a Chelsea point of view, I'm just hoping that we just pile on the amount of chances to the point where we can't keep possibly missing them. And, you know, when you look at someone like Timo Werner's XG for last season, it was incredibly high. And he just kept missing blatant, really good chances. So hopefully this season better for Timo and the attack as a whole, because the rest of the team was performing quite well. And I think that seeing N'Golo Kante kind of get back to personal best performances is really going to help us if we are going to title challenge. Yeah. So we're approaching half time here. If anyone has any other questions about the game or just about football in general, feel free to send them through. We'll have a little chat and discussion at halftime. Baldo, a big guy like that, just cross the ball onto him. Yep, absolutely. Lost a bit of vision here, but back in 1 second. There we are. My camera times out every half an hour. So annoying. Anyway, we're back. Cross the ball to him and he will do something with it, either lay it off or go for it himself. Yeah, well, what I noticed in his stats, Baldo, was he actually had something like 7 or 8 touches. Well, I've actually still got it here, I think. What is it? Yeah, 7.27 touches in the opponent's box a game. So that kind of stat does prove what you're saying there. Shot there from Dan James just falls to Melier's feet. I think he obviously touches the ball a lot inside the box and doesn't just take the shots away, because he only has about 2.8 shots a game. So he is getting the ball in the box, showing that he has really good positioning. And then he's also getting a lot of assists and scoring a lot of goals. So he is obviously improved his decision making probably since he's been at Manchester United. But, we'll have to see. He'll have a lot to prove here. And Chelsea really can't afford for him to have a slow start. So, yeah, pressure's on. But, yeah, hoping for the best. As we kind of come to the close of the first half here, definitely want to give some plaudits to Manchester United's first half performance here, because I think that facing a team like Leeds is never easy, specifically on the first day. I think they had a lot to prove, and I think that if they had a fallen in the same way that maybe Arsenal did against Brentford, maybe a lot of fans might have said, we haven't seen the new signings come in. This is kind of a hangover from last season, but nothing like that of the sort. Mason Greenwood's been really, really good, in my opinion. And, I think that it's been a really good first half, and if they can keep it up, then they'll definitely have a win in the bag here. Improved since leaving United, story of our recent history. Yeah, well, I mean, as a Chelsea fan, I definitely know how you feel there, mate, because having seen the likes of De Bruyne, Salah, Lukaku leave the club and kind of go on to pastures new and do so well, it's been incredibly frustrating. Even someone like Michael Olise, who plays for Crystal Palace this season now, looks like a really exciting 19-year-old, left the academy at Chelsea. And we've just let a whole host of other really good youngsters leave as well. Players coming off for half-time now. And it is 1-0 Manchester United at the break. Let's have a scroll of Twitter. I've got a lot of Manchester United fans on my Twitter, so we'll see what they think so far. You got a Twitter, Baldo? Or I'll give you a follow. If you shoot me your at. And of course, if you want, definitely hit subscribe, mate, because hoping to grow the channel, hoping to do a lot of watch-alongs, not just for Chelsea stuff, but for the Premier League as a whole. That's the kind of point of this channel, as I'm hoping to grow it and to get to a point where I can have discussions with great football fans like yourself, mate. Some people saying Lukaku, United binning Lukaku for Greenwood has been justified. Yep, and can't argue there. In my opinion, he's looked awesome. But I think both parties are probably winners in that case. So some stats for the first half as well. Manchester United 1-0 to Leeds at half time. Manchester United had 11 shots to Leeds 5. 4 shots on target for United, 2 for Leeds. Possessions about 50-50. Pass accuracy, both just over the 80% mark. So, yeah. Fairly even contest, but Manchester United just able to forge a lot more chances, which is a really good sign. Statman Dave has put out some stats on Scott McTominay. 83% pass accuracy so far in the first half. 5 ball recoveries, 3 clearances, 2 out of 2 tackles, 1 interception, 1 key pass, 1 foul, 1. A massively impressive performance so far. Absolutely. Yeah, definitely. Apart from Mason Greenwood, I'd probably say that, yeah, Scott McTominay did look like the best all-round player so far. Terry Flew is putting on Twitter that he thinks Bruno or McTominay have been the best players so far. I'd agree with that. They've looked quite good. I'd also add Mason Greenwood in there as well. Looks like Rafael Varane was announced to the Old Trafford crowd right before the game. I missed that. I'm just seeing some footage here of him walking out onto the pitch with a Manchester United shirt to the adulation of the thousands of fans. Doesn't it feel good to see to see a stadium full of fans again? Wow. Have missed that for sure. I'm watching. I'm just going to take a quick 5-minute break here while we're at halftime. But if you send any questions through, I'll keep an eye on them, and when I come back, I'll answer them for you. Be back in 5. Thanks for the heads up there, Baldo, about the mic. Wow, I can't believe that because we've just seen two incredible goals and my commentary has been cut short. Incredible there from Paul Pogba. He's played the ball along the grass about 40 yards there, and Mason Greenwood has just caught the end of it, caught Luke Ayling out of position, and then just drilled it to David De Gea's left-hand side. And that is the perfect response from Manchester United, because after that goal went in from Leeds, anything could have happened there. And now they've taken a bit of control back, and I think that now you're just seeing the evidence of the confidence that they're feeling. Wow. Note to self, remember to unmute mic when you go on a break. Wow. Here's Pogba again. He's picked out another pass here for Bruno Fernandes. He's cut it back and... did that cross the line? I think it might have. It has crossed the line. And Manchester United have scored again. Bruno Fernandes did so well there. The pass from Pogba again. That's 3 assists from Pogba today. Balder, what has happened here? We've talked Paul Pogba into being the best midfielder in the league. Wow. Wow, so he plays the ball through here on the right-hand side, through to Bruno Fernandes, who's in kind of he's in a wide position in the box, not one that you'd favour to score, and he fakes for a shot, pulls it back, and then it just opens up ever so slightly, and he drills the ball low, and Luke Ayling tries to clear it off the line, but the ball just crosses the line just before Luke Ayling can get a touch to it, and Bruno Fernandes has made a bit of a mockery there of Junior Firpo on his Premier League debut, who I've spent half time waxing lyrical about. Wow. I can't believe the effect that Paul Pogba and Bruno Fernandes have had in this game, considering the questions that we had coming into it. From our mouths into God's ears. So true, but I can't believe it. We've talked Paul Pogba into being the best player on the pitch. 3 assists already. I mean, how many assists did he get for the whole season last year? 10, 15? If that. I mean, God, what kind of season might he have if he's in this kind of form? And running forward again, this is looking really good for Manchester United now. The confidence is just flowing through the side. But Leeds, always dangerous. I mean, this has been an excellent game. Ball's coming through here for Leeds now. Just can't stop it in their tracks. Rafinha looking a bit frustrated there. Yeah, it's a quick double five for Manchester United, because only near on 5 minutes ago we were just saying how how the game might change now with the goal from Leeds and the pressure will be back on Manchester United. Well, they've responded incredibly well to the pressure here. And Bruno Fernandes is starting off the season like he ended last season. Wow. Anyone in the chat here, let me know what you think of the game so far. And the pressure is immense here again for Manchester United. What I'm really liking, if you're a Manchester United fan, what you'll really like to see is that the pressure hasn't stopped at all since even the third goal now. Just relentlessly chasing down their opposition players, catching players offside. They've done really well here now. And even chasing down the Leeds goalkeeper just a second before. They're looking really invigorated today, and could be a sign of things to come this season. Blake Thompson Media and Productions. Terrible game so far. Well, Blake, clearly you don't watch football, because it's been an excellent game, my friend. Blake Thompson in the house. Now the ball's just given away here, and Leeds can come forward. But again, Maguire just steps out of position and clears the ball. Excellent work there from the Manchester United centre-back. He's really improved since he kind of had that mid-signing slump, didn't he? Junior Firpo now looking extremely frustrated for Leeds, and understandably so. I mean, like, Leeds will feel completely shell-shocked by what they've seen in this second half, because they came out looking really, really good, and then all of a sudden they've just been sucker punched by Manchester United with two really quick goals, both at the design of Paul Pogba. And we've probably already seen the assist of the season, to be honest, or one of the assists of the season, because Paul Pogba's just been on fire today. His passing is outrageously good. And here they come again, Manchester United, the space. And just evidence of how crazy this game is. Leeds are now on the attack. Cut out by Lindelof there, I think it was. Done well to help the Manchester United defence out there. No, it was actually Maguire. So he's been everywhere. Ball comes out. And ball stopped here for the first yellow card of the game. There's been tackles thrown in left, right, and centre here, and the first yellow card's going to go to Cooper. Probably unsurprisingly, because we've seen a lot of passion in this game. This is an old rivalry with a lot of history, so you'd expect a few kind of hard crunching tackles. Calvin Phillips is warming up to come on, which will give Leeds fans something to pray for, I guess. Obviously, he was so instrumental in England's Euro campaign, and he's just he's a quality player, and he's stuck with Leeds throughout the journey to where they are now, and I think he's due for another good season. It'll be interesting to see if he can keep himself inside the England starting 11, and pull through again. It's another goal for Manchester United. I cannot believe this. It's a hat-trick for Bruno Fernandes here. What a finish, and there's been another incredible pass. I actually missed who passed that, so I can't wait to see the replay here. But if it's Paul Pogba, I'm just giving him player of the season now. I can't. War of the Roses rivalry. Yep, exactly, Belder. But you are certainly winning the war right now, because it is 4-1 to Manchester United. And I need to change my scoreboard, because I can't even keep up with the amount of goals they're scoring right now. It was actually from Lindelof, I think the pass came through. An incredible ball. But question marks here about offside. That'd be a real shame, because it was just an excellent pass and a really smart run from Bruno Fernandes. But it could be offside here. The finish, take nothing away from the finish though. The ball was bouncing. Bruno waited for the bounce to catch up, and then he just volleys it into the top corner. Melia had no chance with that. But with these new VAR rules, we probably might see the advantage given to the striker here. And in my opinion, that's a good thing. Yep, players resumed and the goal is given. So 4-1 to 4-1 to Manchester United. Marco Bielsa is in his classic squatting position now, and he'll be ruining some of the chances that they had, and maybe thinking about how they have not defended better in the second half, because they came out with the right attitude, but now they could really be on the end of a pasting if they're not careful. And we know that the Leeds way isn't really to stop, so they could be caught out. Let's go for 5, says Balder. Absolutely, I think you could be looking at a couple more here if Leeds aren't careful. It's another yellow card here. And Manchester United now just completely time pass, and it almost came off again. That's the kind of confidence that they're playing with now. I mean, what kind of a confidence boost is this to beat Leeds 4-1 so far? Still half an hour to play on the opening day of the season. Incredible stuff. Baldo, does this result so far change anything about how you see the season, or maybe keep the feet on the ground? First game sort of thing. Don't get too excited. But I mean, as a neutral to some extent, I'm pretty excited by this team, and I think that with the excitement of still bringing Jadon Sancho into this game and into the starting lineup, scary stuff for an opposition fan. My phone is absolutely blowing up right now with people talking about how crazy this game has been, and they are not wrong. It has been a crazy game, and if anyone here is watching the stream still at the moment, be sure to subscribe, because I'm going to be doing a lot of streams coming up. And if they're anything as entertaining as this, I think we're in for a great watch and a great season and lots of awesome discussion. Baldo, nope. Happened a few years ago. Maybe that once that we looked really good on opening day. I'll wait till the mid stage of the season. Too smart to be drawn into the games now. I see, Baldo. You won't let it get to your head. Smart. Sounds like the kind of man who is hoping for a title challenge. So yeah, don't get the hopes up too early. I like it. Because, yeah, you're definitely right. When that mid-season kind of hits, that's the same with Chelsea every single season. We start out the season usually really well. Then that kind of December nightmare period hits, and it's just completely... It's impossible to maintain that kind of form when you have so many games, and when Europe comes along and everything. So, yeah, it's a long season. But, celebrate the wins when you have the chance. It's not every day you get to see your side beat a rival 4-1. Unless that rival's Arsenal, of course. So, getting back to the focus on the actual game itself, Leeds here are trying to play out, but they just it's 2 or 3 times now. They're from the goalkeeper. The pressure is just so immense from Manchester United right now that they can't. They're going for kind of chipped half balls into the flanks, and they're just sending the ball out time and time again. There's a little bit of swagger to how Manchester United are playing right now. They're trying a few Hollywood passes. And definitely I think it's affecting the mental psyche of some of these players. I think Junior Firpo is not having the debut that a lot of Leeds fans would have wanted to see from him. I think that he definitely would have hoped for maybe a bit of smoother sailing on his debut. But the pressure is just so immense here from Manchester United now, and Firpo is just let the ball run out again there, keeping his head down a bit there. His teammates want to make sure he pops that head back up. And this is a big sign now. Jadon Sancho is warming up. Looks like his arrival in this team will be imminent. Baldo, How excited are you to see Jadon Sancho in the side? I mean, as a Chelsea fan, we wanted him for a long time. He was a boyhood Chelsea fan. Can't let you forget that. But wow, what a player he is that you guys have got now, and is a Manchester United player for surely years and years to come. So exciting. One of the best young creators in the history of football, if you just statistically. Leeds are also making a change here, and I think that is well advised considering how the game is going so far. Ball in here, and Pogba has been released just here on the left-hand side. Great pass, and it's another goal. And can you believe it? It's Fred who scored the goal. And Pogba has got 4 assists in this game. I can't believe what I'm bloody seeing. Balde, we've actually created a monster, man. Like, I don't know. Like, I think Ole Gunnar Solskjaer should pretty much send us some money at this point. Maybe we should pay our wages for the week, because what have we done to Paul Pogba? So Paul Pogba collects the ball, and he just, instead of crossing across the face of the goal, like we've seen a lot of fouled crosses of this game, he cuts it back, and Fred has just timed his run perfectly, hit it centrally, and to be honest, Melia does not do well at all for the Leeds goalkeeper. Yep, hits it back, and it's so easy. It's so easy for Manchester United. 5-1. Wow. If you had told me this game was going to be 5-1, I would not have believed it, and not because of any lack of belief in in Manchester United, but just, wow, Leeds have completely capitulated here. And a credit to Manchester United, they are relentlessly coming forward, and you'd expect that there's going to be no hesitation at bringing on Sancho now. This is the perfect situation if you're Jadon Sancho. You're thinking, yes, we're 5-1 up. The game is already won. He's part of the celebrations here already, which you love to see. And they're going to bring him on, and this is sad for the Leeds substitute who's just come on as well, who he's going to have to deal with this. Also, Nemanja Matic has come on for, I think, Scott McTominay. Yeah, Scott McTominay as well. $5-1. Wow. Four assists for Paul Pogba. Wow. He's having one of the best games of his Man United career. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer has maybe uncovered a bit of gold here today. Is this proof now that the Pogba and Bruno connection can work? I think you'd have to say yes. Pogba's got 4 assists and Bruno Fernandes has a hat-trick. I mean, what more do you want? Incredible stuff. Incredible stuff. Wow. And if you just look at some of the bench players here, Anthony Martial is also warming up alongside Jadon Sancho. So the relentless attacking can definitely continue here. It's not like they're lacking for options in the front line at the moment. Leeds now just resorting to long balls here, and it's it's getting very, very ugly here for Leeds. And to be honest, it's still 20 minutes to go. And if you're a betting man, I would argue that definitely you would expect another goal for Manchester United because they're running rampant at the moment. And Paul Pogba's just won the ball back there against two Leeds players, stopped, pivoted, and just maintained possession. Wow. Balls come through here again. Just a little decent defending there from Leeds, get the ball away. Balde asks, how do you feel about losing Matic? If I remember correctly, Conte didn't want to sell him. Yeah, I was a big fan of Matic when he was at the club. Specifically, I think he had two really, really good seasons. Scored a very famous goal in the FA Cup semi-final against Tottenham. Yeah, his play I really liked. I think the it's interesting because I think that if you look at Matic's departure from a Chelsea point of view, he kind of became a player that we didn't need after Conte left, because obviously we brought in Sarri and then Lampard wanted to try play attacking football, and even now Tuchel kind of likes his more controlling and dictating midfield pivot. Whereas Matic never really was that. What Matic is, he's just an absolute battler. He's someone that he kind of just is a physical, imposing sort of player, and he's really defensively has a lot of key attributes which just are so strong. Yeah, absolutely. I guarantee that Conte would not have wanted to lose him at the time, because he's a perfect Conte player in some ways. First time shot there. Wow. Mason Greenwood almost scored an absolute banger. Here we go. Sancho's coming on. And Martial is also coming on. So a double change here. Wow, what a moment. Jadon Sancho about to make his Manchester United debut. Dan James is coming off. And looks like Pogba is coming off. So his day is done. And he'll get his applause from the Manchester United faithful for his, again, I'm going to have to say it again, 4 assists. And he's smiling coming off. Yeah, he knows he's had a big day. And could be the kind of performance that convinces him that signing a new contract might not be the worst idea. So Balde, yeah, just to finish off on what you're saying, yeah, I definitely didn't want to lose Matic at the time, but in hindsight, I think that it kind of worked out quite well for both of us, because I think that Chelsea ended up kind of progressing to this side that doesn't really play with a true CDM. Bringing in players like Kovacic, Jorginho, Kante. Kante was already there, but using those players more significantly, and we're also replacing Fabregas at the time. So yeah, it did feel like an aging out of our midfield, I guess. Yeah, but I'm sure he had a decent season or two for you guys, didn't he? How do you feel about him? Because I know a few Manchester United fans aren't his biggest fan, but if you look at him, he probably is still your most consistent central defensive midfielder in terms of just what he brings. Like, you know that he's obviously he's lost half a step in his pace now, but you know that he's still going to be a chief interceptor, win a lot of aerial duels in the midfield, and also make some great tackles from time to time. And it looks like Tyler Roberts is coming on here for Patrick Bamford for Leeds, just trying to spark anything in the attack, but it's probably a bit of a mercy kill there for Patrick Bamford, because he has not had a good day at all. Keen to see where Sancho's first touch comes in. Martial plays it out now to Sancho. intercepted pass. Him at the back of midfield and the other two linking up with the attack. Oh, sorry, I missed a comment. Agreed, and I think Jorginho fills that hole and more. Yeah, Jorginho. Yeah, give us Jorginho next, please. I think he's consistently good at what he does. I'd like to see him play with Pogba and Bruno more up front. Yeah, agreed. I think that if you are going to play Pogba and Bruno together as the kind of attacking eights, I think that Matic is definitely the perfect person to put behind there. I mean, you'd love it if it was the Matic of 3-4 years ago, but I still definitely think, like you say, you can get a tune out of him. Specifically, if you're just asking him to stay back and kind of sweep up a bit there, I think he'd be great for that role. And I'm surprised he doesn't get used. I'm surprised. I don't think I've ever seen Man United start with that three in midfield. And I just wonder what Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's hold up is with it. Maybe he fears a bit of lack of pace if Pogba and Bruno are caught up pitch and Matic misses an interception. Maybe, but I don't know. That seems a bit worrying about problems before they happen, sort of thing. In regards to your comment on Jorginho, yeah, definitely. Sorry, mate. I won't be giving him to you anytime soon. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that a rival fan like yourself can acknowledge what he does, because a lot of fans seem to think that he's a bit of a doesn't offer that much. But yeah, I really like him. In his first season, I think he was really unlucky not to rack up about 15 assists, to be honest, because we've just been shocking at scoring goals for a while now. And I think that hopefully with Lukaku, he can kind of forge a bit of a partnership, because he's got a bit of underrated pass through ball. He's sort of got that Fabregas motion with his first time passes, similar to one of the 4 assists that Pogba scored today. That Pogba set up today. Yeah, I love Jorginho. He's also a leader, which is obviously one of the underrated facts about him. A lot of the players inside the Chelsea camp really, really enjoy his company. I know I listened to a podcast where they talked to Mason Mount's father and Tony Mount, and Tony Mount just had absolutely all the time in the world for Jorginho because of the relationship that he himself and Mason Mount have forged. And he says that he's just completely helped these youngsters like Reece James, Mason Mount, bring on their game to a whole nother level. And him alongside Kante in the Champions League final is just elite, mate. Can't beat it. Leeds with a bit of a chance here. Blown over the top. No confidence in the strike there from Costa. Hmm. 10 minutes to go, and you'd expect Manchester United just to kind of see out this result now. The tempo has definitely slowed down a tad, so maybe I was getting a bit overzealous with calls for a 6th goal. 5-1's enough, right? Yeah, haven't seen too much of Sancho so far. Been a bit peripheral, but it's I'm really picking at nothing there, really. Sancho wearing the number 25 for Manchester United. I wonder what the significance of that is. Did you watch Arsenal yesterday? What was wrong with them? Yeah, I did, Balder. I was going to stream it, and I thought, it'll probably be a routine victory for Arsenal. Might be a bit boring, but but now I wish I definitely did, because what a crazy game that was. Um, yeah, I mean, I predicted Brentford to have a decent season. So I don't think that they're a bad team at all. Especially Sergio Canos. I mean, like, he was awesome in the championship. Not sure if you got to see any of the championship last season, Balder, but he's definitely one to watch. Um, but yeah, no, I think obviously not having Aubameyang and Lacazette in the starting 11 will hurt their attack. But yeah, personally, I just don't actually rate Arsenal's youngsters as much as a lot of other people do. A lot of people think that, like, the likes of Reece Nelson has a future. Don't see it personally. I like Saka, and I think ML Smith Rowe has a good shot as well. But I don't know. I just don't think they're probably the kind of players that are going to propel them back into European positions. Specifically, not alone. I think that they're going to need some good players around them. Yeah, I just don't think that team has really got the travel to kind of do damage. And interestingly enough, I'm not sure what your opinions on Ben White are, Balder, but I had a look at some stats already. I'll pull them up for Ben White. What I have them down here somewhere. When I was doing my research for my Premier League prediction, Ben White, he only wins 1.47 aerial duels per game, and only makes 0.51 progressive passes. So from that point of view, I mean, those are two of probably the biggest attributes that Arsenal are looking for, right? Because they're playing against a lot of teams that are playing long ball football. So they're going to want someone that can win aerial duels, alongside Gabriel, who's pretty decent at aerial duels, but, not a commander like a Maguire or a Kurt Zuma or a Ruben Dias, aerially. So they're going to want someone who can do a bit of that, and Ben White just can't. At least that the 1.47 is literally in the bottom 10% of defenders across Europe's top 5 leagues. So he's in the bottom 10% for aerial duels. So that is actually a significant weakness. If you target him for aerial duels, you're going to win more often than not. So hoping Lukaku can target that next week. And the 0.5 progressive passes is about in the 50% range. So he's got this reputation as a bit of a ball player and a bit of a ball carrier as well. But to be honest, the stats don't really bear that out. And I think I might not be breaking new ground here. I don't know, but I think he just looks like he's a player that was of Leeds and Brighton quality rather than Arsenal quality. But I'm always there to be proved wrong. But I just don't think that it is the answer. Oh, there goes the camera timeout again. Let me just fix that. Yeah, here's a chance for Leeds. Oh, big chance there missed by Rafinha for Leeds. Really, really. Probably, honestly, having a look at the replay here, just a bad miss. Yeah, that just shows lack of confidence. Great. So I can consistently count on making fun of my Arsenal supporting friends throughout the season. Yes, you can. I have a lot of Arsenal supporting friends as well. So definitely going to be targeting them. And, once you're done watching Football Heritage, you can always move over to Arsenal Fan TV and get your weekly dosage of of Arsenal hatred in. I personally enjoy that. Me and my brother love making fun of Arsenal Fan TV. Four minutes to go in the game. Manchester United just kind of holding on to things now. Wow, I've had 72 players on the stream so far today. That's awesome. Thanks for everyone who has tuned in so far. Specifically, Balder, the MVP. Hope you've hit subscribe, mate. Because I want to see you in some of my other chats. Because I'll be doing a lot of Manchester United streams. So you'll have to tell me how weak or strong my United knowledge is. And you have to help me fill in the gaps. Ball in here for Leeds, but headed out. Oh yeah, I forgot to even check the Chelsea lineup for our game. Let's have a look. So first I'll look at Crystal Palace. They've got Guaita in goal, Mitchell, Kouyaté, Mark Gurhey starts, which is great. And Ward, Riedewald, MacArthur, Schlupp, Zaha, Mateta, and Ayew. So not the strongest lineup from Crystal Palace there. Michael Olise isn't starting. Which makes my thumbnail for that game a bit ill-informed. Chelsea, let's have a look. The moment of truth. Mendy. Chalobah starts. That is awesome. Trevor Chalobah is starting for Chelsea. Amazing. Christensen. Rudiger. Alonso. Kovacic. Jorginho. Azpilicueta. Pulisic. Mount. Werner. Interesting, very interesting. No N'Golo Conte, which is maybe they're just giving him a rest because we obviously played the 120 minutes just before the other day. No start for Kai Havertz as well, probably for the same reason. I like the look of this side. Still waiting for Chilwell and James to come back into the team. Probably just getting their fitness up as well. Obviously away with England, but didn't play any games really. But interestingly enough, Mount is thrust into the thing. Mount is so relied upon by all of his managers. Love the kid. He just piles on no matter what through. I do worry for his body later in his career though, because he's played about as many games as any young player as I can remember. Likes of Wayne Rooney come to mind for your club, Balder. Played a lot of games when he was younger, and meant that his career only went to about 30 before he kind of really started to show serious signs of decline. You take it though, because what a player Wayne Rooney was in his prime. Cheers, Baldo, mate. Thanks No worries, mate. Have a good day too, mate. Yeah, thanks for the good luck for Chelsea, man. I'll catch you next time. Hopefully, if you hit subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Man United have a game. Ciao. Yeah, the game is just easing itself to its natural conclusion now. Mere seconds to go. Leeds trying one last desperate counter attack, and they might have a chance here. Oh, penalty, surely. Not given. Oh, wow. That just compiles Leeds' luck today. Tyler Roberts was brought down by a little stray leg by, I think it was Harry Maguire here. Does look like it could have been a pen, but it's all academic at this point. Wouldn't have made any change at all to this game. Manchester United have been the better side, completely and utterly dominant. Incredible performances by Bruno Fernandes and Paul Pogba. Mason Greenwood looked really lively at times. Scott McTominay played a really good first half performance. Just really strong all over the pitch for Manchester United, and exactly the kind of opening game that you want to see from this side. You've even introduced Sancho as well, who was quiet, but, he's now played his first game at Old Trafford. And Ole Gunnar Solskjaer smiles towards his players, claps the fans. And, what a day at the office for Manchester United. And like I said in my season preview, they are a serious team this season. Do not count them out of this title race. I think that they are seriously going to be in the hunt for this Premier League trophy. Cool. So I'm about to go have a short break here before I hop on the stream again for the Chelsea Crystal Palace game. Thank you so much to everyone who's tuned in for the stream today, because this is by far the most amount of views that I've had on a video so far. I really appreciate it, and the interaction I've had from people like Balder in the chat. Absolutely love to have these sort of conversations. So thank you so much, guys. And I will see everyone who chooses to join me for the Chelsea game